The next turning action happens with the idea of moving, rather than a normal step, rotating in the hips, rotating 180 degrees, using the hip action and the weight transfer from the back to the front as the driver. This is a very useful action in hand randori, very useful action in Aikido in general. It takes the place of a complete foot cycle. So normally we have a system of the weight goes down, the weight comes up, the weight goes down. And in here, in order to turn around, typically we would have our weight falling, our weight rising, our weight falling, and our weight rising to deliver energy. This compresses that entire process down into one action. The weight is transferring from the back to the front, and the hip changes at the same time. The weight transfers from the back to the front, and the hip changes at the same time. We try not to torque violently, but very smoothly. Very smoothly. So how he sets this up with his feet is kind of important. As he steps forward with his left foot, he'll step right on that blue line. Left foot. There you go. And then the back footer will step on that line and sort of like a letter L, there we go, good. And probably not too close together. Yeah, about your hip apart. Does that feel comfortable? Okay. And now, as your weight transfers from the back foot toward the front, just rotate 180 degrees. Good. Square the shoulders if you can. And then back again. Good. And again. You feel how settling the weight forward into the action gives you a freedom in turning. Go ahead. Good. And again. Good. Now just come back. Now, the action of the hand that accompanies this is as his foot comes out, he's going to put his palm out in a nice elongated arm, and he's going to allow this to drop down towards his belt line as he turns, as the weight transfers. Go ahead. And come back straight up on the line, straight behind him. We can see this better if he turns sideways. So turn and face me, will you? Good. Your foot comes out, your back foot lines up behind it. Good. Your hand, good. And now rotate, let the hand drop, and rise. Good. And because now his weight's on the back foot, what's he ready to do? He's ready to go ahead and step with the front foot if he needed to. Boom. Exactly. Exactly. We don't do the front step, we just reverse and come back where we came from, but it's always available to us if we've done this job correctly. So, now with the other side, stepping forward, lining the back foot up a little bit, transferring weight and turning in the hips, good. Transferring weight, turning in the hips, good. And then back where we came from, good. Very nice, very smooth action. And the hand would like to just stay tracking along with his belt line. So it's as if there's an imaginary line right here, and as his body turns, yeah, everything stays aligned. And as his body turns, yes, everything stays aligned. That's beautiful. All right, so we're ready to do it together? Okay, here we go. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi. Good. That's it. Now, this one also confuses people sometimes because they like to push in a lateral direction, to rotate this kind of way. So if he puts one foot forward, whichever, there you go. He gives us the opposite hand, and he wants to rotate in this lateral direction like this. He'll find that even with very little pressure, if he tries to rotate with the hips, he pushes himself over. But if I hold on with two hands, strong, and he allows this to just drop towards his, yes, exactly. He'll have a very nice, easy ride. It's the understanding of the dropping and rising and the weight transferring fore to aft and the hip rotation all at once that gives this the greatest potential. There are times when he'll be able to hip switch and push through something and do a good job in this lateral action. We're not saying that that won't occur. It certainly does, and we certainly use lateral actions in our activity. It's just that he needs to train his nervous system that when he starts into that and he recognizes, uh-oh, Yeah, I'm in a situation where power is not going to be available to me in this turning action, that he has the nervous system reflex to just drop it straight towards its center of gravity, bring it right back to center, and then come out from there. It gives him the strongest possible option in that hip rotation activity. Cool.